Morning, Wayne. We will see you right here at this desk at 11:30 Eastern, as always, on Fridays. Morning, Laker Keyshawn.
What's happening, Paul? I mean, Skip?
Either one of us.
It's Friday, man. I'm ready to go outside.
Morning, Duck Boat. How are you doing?
Duck Boat is in the house. It's Friday, Skip.
You realize you're going to have to talk a whole lot of Lakers today.
It's all good. It's a good, it's a proud, it's happy to see good, proud moments in NBA history. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so no surprises yesterday. Nobody took Bronny James before the Lakers picked him at number 55. Reportedly, Rich Paul made it clear to any other team interested in taking Bronny, don't, or invite the wrath and retribution of Clutch Sports. So, as expected, LeBron James Lakers were able to take LeBron James Jr. Father will play with oldest son next season. That's a beautiful thing. That will be unprecedented in the NBA. That will be epic in any sport. Will that ever be box office? So, Keyshawn Johnson, what was your reaction as a lifelong Laker fan when this finally actually happened?
What took so long? Why did we have to wait so long for it to happen? But I was excited, though, really, to be honest with you, Skip, because I know how you feel when you're drafted in what your family feels like. I don't care if he was the last pick of a draft or the first pick of a draft. There's just a certain sigh of relief. Everybody's is different. Some is heavy economic. Some is I made it. Some is I want an opportunity and a chance. And I think Bronny James' situation is he wants an opportunity and a chance. This will be the first time that a father and a son have taken a court or together. I mean, we can go all the way back to like 1921 when you got the Nestlers playing in football, but that doesn't, I wasn't even, Skip's like,
even
no. Skip's like, no point to me. But, we've seen it with Gardy and Marty and Mark Howell and Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. Sr., obviously, and Tim Raines and Raines in Major League Baseball Jr. We've seen that, but we've never seen it in basketball.
No.
So here's an opportunity for us to see it. And we've seen fathers coach sons. We've seen those things. We've seen Doc Rivers hand his son $40 million. We've seen that. We look at Jalen Brunson and his son on the bench, his dad on the bench at the Knicks. It happens. So I'm not surprised by it. It's a perfect opportunity for Bronny to play alongside his dad. It's just, it's surreal. Let's just say that. And you can see videos and little clips of things where you can see the raw emotion. And it's not like he didn't know. He knew when you start getting into the 50s. You knew, okay. Because as I said to y'all the other day, the Lakers aren't going to embarrass the James family by not taking him at 55. I'm surprised they didn't move up and take him, okay, at the end of the day. He was going to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's what it was going to be, Skip.
And you can certainly appreciate having had a son who played football, and now you have another son who may play basketball.
May play basketball or football, a combination of both. Who knows?
And what does that mean in your heart? What does it do when you watch them, when now you watch your younger son play basketball? What's it do to you?
It first of all, he wants it, right? He doesn't have to do it. Bronny James doesn't have to play. He can just chill. I mean, they're good. I mean, but he loves...
If anyone's good, they're good.
Yeah, he loves the sport. He loves to compete.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different opinions at what level is he, but he loves to compete. He loves to do all of those things. The same thing with my sons. They don't have to do it, but they love to do it. They want to do their own deal. They don't want to follow in my footsteps to that degree. They want people to be able to say, hey, I'm Vance Johnson. I did it myself. And so the hard work and dedication that it took for me to get there, and you instill that in them. Bronny James saw his dad from high school get to the NBA and become Mount Rushmore. You know how much work that takes? It's not for everybody, Paul. There's a lot of dudes that we grew up with that was really good, but they didn't put in the work because it's all about the work. If you don't put in the work in the film study and putting up thousands and thousands of shots, you ain't got a chance. Mm-hmm. You ain't got a chance. And there's so many guys, as Paul knows, and you know, Skip, that have come along that could have gone on to play professional sports. They didn't want to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. They didn't want to wake up at 6 a.m. They didn't want to run the hills 3-4 times a day. He's putting in the work. He's not a finished product by no stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But, you know, what comes with it, that last name. So all eyes are on him. But I'm happy for him. I really am.
You know what, Skip Key, this is, the more and more I think about this is the most fascinating thing that we see in the sports, a father-son combination. You know why? Because I've been around a long time. Y'all been around a long time. You've seen a lot of fathers watch their sons in the NBA, but also played in the NBA. You've seen, we're in an era to where more and more of that's happening. Of course, you got the Curry and his dad played and so on. You've seen brothers in the NBA. Mm. You got the Holiday family, the Lopez family. Yep. You got so many brothers that have been in the NBA. Like, we've seen that to where it's normal now, where you got families that are just in the NBA, but to have, you got to understand the longevity of a basketball player. It's probably, out of all the sports, when you look at the top sports, football, baseball, and basketball, the longevity is just not there in basketball. I mean, I think you average about 3-4 years as a player. So to have a situation to where your son is playing with you in an NBA game, I get it in baseball when I saw it with the Griffey family, because in baseball, it's not a lot of wear and tear. You know, you can pretty much be a reliever, you hit, you stand around all day. It's not really a lot of the same wear and tear as it is in basketball and football. You know what I'm saying?
I understood.
And so to do it in basketball, which means you have to be there, you have to be not only good and great, but you have to be there a very long time. Mm. And to do it as LeBron James, because think about it, I sat there and was like, damn, you know, we ain't never seen, like, Jordan's son. Like, we talking about the greatest athletes. Their kids, they've had kids, because I do our research. Like, I wonder what Wilt's kids or where they at, or where's, you know, these guys with these amazing genes that are great athletes, that's kids have never gone on to make it to the NBA. So, like, this is definitely, I thought, like, damn, I can't wait for the documentary, but the more and more I thought about LeBron James' story, they're going to have to make this a 10, 20-part series. It's not going to be enough for just a documentary. Yeah. Because this is going to go back to LeBron James in high school and how he rose with the expectations to all the way to different franchises winning, to all the way now your son is in the NBA, playing with you on the most storied franchise in NBA history. I mean, I don't know, the story, this might be the greatest story ever told.
I agree with that. There's been a lot of storybook story to LeBron's career, and this is going to be the most amazing chapter of all.
Yeah.
He's going to be 40 years old in year 22, playing with his son, who I believe will have some significant minutes with the Los Angeles Lakers next year. And the beauty of this story is, even though it may be a big circus next year, with J.J. Redick having never coached a single dribble in pro or college basketball, coaching the Lakers as a first-time head coach, with the media swirling around this, the international media for games 1, 2, and 3, this kid will handle it because this kid has been raised right. This kid has been raised to do this from day one. And I don't know him personally, but I have closely observed him from a distance. This kid is the highest quality. He's got high character. He's clearly got high basketball IQ. And he is not afraid of these moments because he's been in the harshest spotlight from day one. He literally got named LeBron James Jr. And in the eye of the storm next year, I'm here to say that I think Bronny James might be the most calm, cool, and collected of all next year as this swirls around. I think he might even be able to handle it better than his father will be able to handle playing alongside son, because this kid has shown me a rare sort of maturity at a young age and an ability to cope with the harshest spotlight. And again, his game, it's almost like he was born to play with his father, because his game, you couldn't make it up better. You couldn't draw it up in the lab better to complement his father's game, because I do think eventually he will turn into a quality defender and three-point shooter. So if you've got 3 and D opposite LeBron, what more could you ask for? And clearly they know each other and each other's games. So I am so happy, because we went back and forth about all the possibilities of the Celtics or the Suns or whoever might take him. And
we knew.
Yeah, but we knew. But listen, I am totally cool. If, in fact, Rich Paul's telling every team, just stop it, back off, I'm good with that, because LeBron earned this, man. Yeah. It took a long time to get here. And LeBron looked, I don't know, last year, like 39 going on 29. It looks like he can play for a couple more, maybe 3 more years. So he's right on schedule. His son, it'll take some time, as you point out, Keyshawn, but he has the potential to make this work, because he's made to make it work off the floor. He'll be able to handle the attention. There are some kids of famous fathers who might crumble in the spotlight of this. I'm telling you, this kid will be the coolest customer next year.
I agree. I mean, and think about this, Skip. Just when you didn't think the story couldn't get any better, what about in 3 years after LeBron's contract is up? He said, I want to play a little bit more in his next son. His next son gets there. I mean, the story
could get better. 45 years old, man. I don't want to see no 45-year-old LeBron on the floor.
The story could get better.
But you can't tell me LeBron hasn't at least thought about it.
I mean, that's
no, I
it's going to enter his mind.
Yeah. But 45, Skip, let me see, 42. Yeah, he'd be like 44 years old.
I mean, once we've seen Tom Brady push the limits.
Well, Brady did, but you can at least, the Brady rules will help protect you in the pocket, right?
Oh, yeah. But trust me, in the next couple of years, there are going to be some more rule changes.
I was going to say, there's going to be some more rule changes. Plus,
trust me,
at 44, if he was able to do something like that, we ain't asking LeBron to play 40 minutes a game.
No.
Just to accomplish that, give us 20 minutes a game. If he and give us 15, 14, give us the Michael Jordan Washington Wizards. Give us that.
Okay. Now, back to you as a lifelong Laker fan. Try, if you can, to speak for Laker Nation. As fairy tale as this is, as great as it is, it's like a goosebump. I get chill bumps when I'm thinking about it. If it gets in the way of winning basketball games, will Laker Nation not be happy with it? Will they start? Will there be some backlash?
They already a playing team, Skip.
So you're just accepting that.
Yeah, we accepting. They accepting that. They're a playing team anyway. It don't matter. Come on.
Paul, he asked me a question. He didn't ask you.
I'm just
so
saying,
let me answer the man, and then if you want to chime in at that point, chime in.
That's a good point.
Let me hear what you're gonna say.
I don't think that it'll ever get in the way. Yeah. There was already a plan and put in place before they drafted him. Okay? There's already a plan in place. I don't think it'll ever get in the way, because LeBron's smart enough, and they're smart enough to know that you can't take minutes away from important guys on the floor to give them to your son. Now, when you start talking about guys in the back end of the roster, if in fact he's on the roster to the point where he's not going back and forward to the G League. Yeah. I assume he's going to go back and forward to the G League to some degree. That's what I assume, but I don't know, because he's got to go through summer league, he's got to go through camp, and when you're playing with 4 guys on the floor with NBA talent at the NBA level, you don't have to do as much, you just don't screw it up. It's almost like a managing quarterback.
I agree.
Right?
Yep.
Just don't get a ball to the other team. All we need you to do is hand it off. They can bring him along as such where it doesn't compensate or get in the way of what the ultimate goal is of trying to win a championship. And he can grow through that process. But if some reason, you like to do hypotheticals, some reason they say he's going to play 23 minutes a game. You got to see what that 23 minutes, you playing 23 minutes a game and you scoring 2 points, and you ain't really defending and you ain't doing this, and that's a different conversation. I just don't think that...
Real quick point of order, we'll get to this in a couple of minutes, but I want to point out to you right here, right now, Austin Reeves went undrafted, and as a rookie for the Los Angeles Lakers, undrafted, he averaged 23 minutes a game. Go ahead.
But he also had a little bit of opportunity to get some run in the summer leagues and the G leagues and things like that.
No G League.
No G League.
No G League for Austin Reeves. He came right to the big league team. He came right in.
But he was able...
Off the summer. He had to go show him what he had in the summer league.
But he was able to earn those minutes. Yeah. If it feels like he's not earning those minutes, then in the race, and at the time the roster for the Lakers was in, it was not, it wasn't this roster.
LeBron liked Austin Reeves right away.
Well, he liked his son. Who you think he liked more?
Thank you.
He liked his son. but the son presents a different problem for LeBron than an Austin Reeves. Me liking you versus me liking my son, and my son ain't ready to play, is a different story. You're ready to play. So I think Laker Nation, though, in the end, will be fine as long as they winning, and he's not in the way of them winning just because you want to get him on the floor.
They're not going to be winning, Key. I mean, come on, let's just be realistic.
But what's define winning? They'll still be
they're not a contender.
Decent.
They're not a contender like everybody is expecting. Like when you...
We're not done yet, though,
done.
Paul. We're not. That was just a draft. We still got to go through free agency. We got to build our roster. We're not done.
Let's just say, as put, the roster is not a championship roster. This has been a play-in team for the last 4 years, and we get it. This is, guys, do y'all know we're in L.A.? L.A. is the capital of entertainment. This is Hollywood. This is built this year. This is what this is going to be all about. Now, next year, I don't know what y'all going to do. I don't know if y'all got flexibility. Y'all going to build up some of y'all trade pieces. This is what this is going to be about. Because if you start making these trades and you get all these other superstars, where's that going to leave Bronny then? Is he going to be a contributor on a championship team right now? No, I'd rather see the Lakers like this and see.
Of course you would.
And see Bronny get some minutes with his dad. I mean, it just makes more sense.
You keep forgetting there was a number of guys that did not play full season with us because they was injured, hurt.
That is a fact.
You keep forgetting that. You're forgetting.
Let's name them names. Say their names. Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt. That name.
Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Vanderbilt. Huh? Something about
That's
that.
A great
Vanderbilt.
name. That's a great name.
Vanderbilt.
You got Vanderbilt. You got Gabe Vincent.
Okay. Who else?
Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish. Wood.
Man, can y'all tell me anybody?
None of those four would
have pushed the line.
No, but they...
they're good players. They're good role players in the NBA. But those players didn't push the line for the Lakers to say, hey, if they were healthy, we're going to be a contender. No.
That's not true. They went out and got them to be contenders. And they got hurt. They went and got them.
Paul, did Gabe Vincent not shoot your Celtics out of the building a couple nights in the playoffs?
We don't remember that.
You don't remember it because it happened.
Yeah.
It happened.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I
people play over their heads sometimes. But
look,
we all know that.
If he does what he's supposed to do in the summer league and in training camp, I think you can put him on the floor with four of the guys, the main guys, at some point in time, or a combination of a mix of pros, and he'll be okay. Because you can do things for him to be okay. I mean, you try to tell me he can't bring the ball up the court and get a ball off to his dad, and then all of a sudden set a screen for his dad and roll out and hit a wide open jump. Of course he can. They can draw stuff up to get him free. He's going to have to show that he can. He's going to have to hustle. It ain't going to just be the NBA combine jumpers where nobody's contesting.
You're right.
Right? I mean, he's going, but look, man, can he get the ball? Can he bring the ball up the court and hand the damn ball to AD? You don't think he can do that? Of course he can. And you don't think he can get back on defense? And if they say we go in zone, you don't think he understands that, hey, I got to be in this zone. I can't float over here. Of course, because he's smart.
He's smart.
So he can do those things.
I mean, right now, I'm just looking for the first time he runs to that score table
Do this.
checks in.
Do this.
I don't think he'll do that.
No, he won't do that.
No, he won't do that.
You don't think he'll do it?
Heck no.
I guarantee you throughout the year, you're going to get it at some point.
He didn't do it in high school and college. I
don't know if he did in high school and college, but I would think he going to. You got to.
I know, but you don't want to say, I got next, like I'm going to be my dad.
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen other.
That'll be too much. You just looking for the first time you run to the scores table, whenever that is, and then the standing ovation.
Okay.
Checks in, a play, and this, that.
So does he wear number 6?
Whatever number he wore in college. What did he wear? 6? What did he wear in college? I don't remember what he wore in college.
I feel like 0.
Maybe.
I think it was like 0. It may have been 6 though. You think he wears 6?
Somebody look it up.
The story is amazing though. You know,
it's a great story.
Like
it's
I
great.
Said, just when you didn't think LeBron's story would get any better, you know, this is like, and he said it, this is icing on the cake for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think this could be better than any championship he won. Think about the smile he's going to have on his face when he goes to practice, when he's sitting in the locker room and he looks across the locker room and a smile come across his face. Like, it's going to be better than any championship he's ever won because, like, this in itself is like, come on. Like, like all of us would, if you sit in the locker room and saw your son right here and your running mate, you just a proud father, you know, and you've been a proud father, you know, with your kids, and it ain't even got to this level. But to just see it in the work field, like I couldn't even imagine this.
I just hope he don't do the you know, how you go to the AAU games with our ex-teammates and their sons playing AAU. The kids dribbling down the court, they looking at you trying to get your approval to make sure they knock down a shot and turn to you to make sure.
He passed that. He's passed that. That's fast.
In my career, what I have learned to appreciate the most is the edge provided by upcoming players whose fathers did play, not to play with them, but whose father played the sport or maybe some other sport.
Yeah.
And I hark back to my days around Barry Bonds. I mean, he grew up with his father, Bobby, but more important, with his godfather, the now late, great Willie Mays. What did that do for Barry's, just his mentality? His mentality was, I grew up in that clubhouse with those guys. When I walk in the clubhouse as a player, I'm good.
Yeah.
Bronny will step onto the floor feeling confident that I am part of him.
So his inner circle, I'm just thinking about LeBron's inner circle because you brought this up, Skip. His inner circle is at least 5 Hall of Fame NBA guys.
Starting with Chris Paul.
So you got Chris Paul, you got Carmelo,
D-Wade.
D-Wade.
And but it's at least 5, whatever it is. And then countless other guys that he's played with along the way. He's got all of that at his disposal that's telling him at times, man, don't worry, you're going to be all right. You're fine, man. You're going to be fine. You good. You know, so that goes a long ways to speak to what you're saying. When you're around people that have played, have paved the way, have done certain things in their careers, it comes to you. It just does naturally. Yeah. It really does.
My point is, when that magic moment occurs, he enters the game, he's not going to crumble under the pressure of this. He won't look scared. He won't look overwhelmed. Well, but I'm telling you, this kid will be okay.
I'm not expecting him to go out there and get 20 points. No, he may even go out there and not even get his first basket the first game. You know, it's going to be a lot of nerves.
What if he do?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a standing ovation. It's going to be, this is going to be as loud as you heard the Staples all year long. Until that point, you know, it'll be loud. Come on, I mean, this is something different.
You act like Staples Center ain't loud though.
But
that was a shot. I saw you. You ain't slick. Hater.
It'll get loud when they unveil the.
All right, stay with us because we're about to go to phase 2 of this discussion. Exactly how many minutes will Bronny play next season?
Damn, he looked like his dad.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.